Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Texas Business Radio, texasbusinessradio.com. See the entire thing in beautiful high definition video. We are continuing to bring you the best of the Vistage Executive Summit from the Irving Convention Center at Las Colinas in Irving, Texas. Guys, this is a big event. 800 CEOs in the same room, a lot of service providers, a lot of ways to get information and grow and build your company. We have some very interesting service providers here too, and this one is no exception. I'm your host, Matt Register. Jay Curry, what's going on, sir?
Well, of course, anybody who listens to the program knows that we are big peer-to-peer fans. We believe that peer-to-peer groups are an important part of being a CEO, and we're here at the Vistage Group in Dallas, and it's meeting some interesting and creative people. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. King White is the CEO of the Site Selection Group. King, welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks for having me here, Jay and Matt.
So tell me a little bit about the Site Selection Group.
Sure. We're a location advisory firm, so we advise companies on how to optimize their location decisions on a global scale. So whether they're looking to relocate locally in a certain market or expand around the U.S. or internationally, we help them optimize those decisions.
Okay, I got it. So you guys are commercial real estate group meets consulting group?
Exactly, yeah. I think it's really a trifecta. It's a little bit of management consulting, where we advise on labor analytics and business climate conditions, on why they need to be doing something where. And then the second piece is on the tax advisory side, and the third is on the commercial real estate piece.
Well, and the tax advisory side is interesting. Okay, so when a company relocates to another market area, quite often they can negotiate in tax benefits, or they can go cut their own deal with the metro area, because at the end of the day, they're bringing jobs, they're bringing a lot of taxpayers in, right?
That's correct. Yeah. So
you guys do help in that?
Absolutely. So what we've done is we've kind of been a disruptor in the industry. So most companies who have provided the service, they have typically gone and negotiated those packages and then left.
Right.
And so then the company's left with the aftermath of dealing with the compliance issues. Well, we converted our whole model to where we actually do the upfront negotiations of those packages, and then we do the back-end compliance over the whole useful life, which is usually 10 to 15 years.
Oh, wow.
And so we stay with the company year after year and help them to manage the whole receivables process of tax abatements, tax credits, cash grants, training grants, those kind of
So are you working with them as to what part of the country to come into, or what state, or you know?
Exactly. That's more the management consulting side. So we're doing business advisory on looking at labor conditions, customer analytics, where their customers are based, to all the other business issues that may be impacting their business logistics. So we do a lot of manufacturing and distribution operations.
Sure.
So we're evaluating inbound and outbound logistics.
Yeah, because if they're going to move a manufacturing hub here, they need to be able to get raw materials in, finished goods out, and makes a whole lot of sense. I don't know if you've noticed, but we do have a new administration. Now, the new administration is shaking things up a little bit as far as the, previous trend of offshoring jobs in manufacturing. A lot of things are coming back. How is that impacting what you guys are doing?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of analytics around that whole issue. So we've got a lot of blogs and insights of what the impact is happening to the domestic market.
Okay.
And so those are on our website. But really what we're seeing happening is there's a lot of activity right now. There's a little bit of wait and see to see how things totally shake out. But we're getting, the amount of projects we're picking up is pretty intense right now.
You should be seeing a lot of inquiries in that, I would imagine, right?
Absolutely. And then there's also interstate issues we're having, like where California companies are relocating to other parts of the country. So we have a lot of those projects internally within the U.S. as the different states are increasing minimum wage laws and things like that, or we're having our own internal issues within the U.S.
Well, tell me a little bit about that, because I suspect you have some insight into that the rest of us may not. When states do raise the minimum wage, when they do become a non-business friendly, companies vote with their feet, right? And what are you seeing and California is the obvious
classic
worst one, right?
Sure.
But there are others, right? What are some of the other states you're seeing that are hemorrhaging companies to come down here to Texas?
Yeah, I'd say one of the fastest growing markets was Arizona, because they were one of the first markets to get a lot of the California companies, but they just increased their minimum wages to $12 an hour as well across the whole state. We're also seeing some labor laws up in Washington being an issue, in Oregon as well. So you're seeing it a lot on the West Coast, but then you also have some East Coast issues are in Maine. They've just increased their minimum wages to $12 an hour as well. So it's really impacting like call centers, manufacturing operations, distribution centers where they're, the lower level employees, but it's the everyday working man. And that impacts the profitability of companies. I mean, when you increase your operating costs from $10 to $12 an hour, or from 12 to 14, because get the type of employee they need, they're going to have to increase their wages to keep the quality up.
On the other side, where are they going? Texas has got to be a good one, huh?
Texas has been a definite receiver because there's a lot of economic incentives here. The labor market is very robust, very pro-business environment.
Right.
The Southeast has probably been one of the other big recipients, anything from South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, those kind of markets. Low cost of living, good business climate.
No, absolutely. Now, talk to me a little bit about, because I know a lot of CEOs that have moved, and I know a lot of them that have done it themselves. How is a business owner going to mess this up? Should they try to pick up and move operations somewhere else without help?
Yeah, I think the usual what we run into is that they hire just a local real estate broker, which is just really good at getting you from point A to point B.
Sure.
But they're not really looking at the strategy of the business. And so our whole model is to come in, and we get compensated a lot from that same fee they're doing there. So we're able to leverage those fees and provide the other advisory practice services to really differentiate ourselves when we're presenting the value proposition to a CEO. And so the problem they're going to run into is, using piecemeal service providers or trying to do it themselves. And then in the end, they don't really get a holistic decision.
Well, at the end of the day, data is a commodity, right? They can go get data. That doesn't necessarily give them the analyzed decision they need, the obvious decision they need to make. And we were talking quickly during the break, when business owners go do that is kind of the WebMD problem, right? With docs is
right.
You can go get the data, but you don't have the necessarily the experience or the tools necessary to analyze that data and give you valuable decision-making information.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the internet is like the classic model where people can go and find demographics and different information, but it's how number one, getting reliable data, because up-to-date, reliable data, because the data changes daily.
Right.
And so we have invest a significant amount of money in pulling that money together, the data together, and then the other part is how you analyze it. So we've got a staff of analysts who are professionally trained to do this kind of analytics.
Unless it's a huge company, they don't have staff that understand this, know it. Just going out and getting the data, it's a big deal. You're the one that can help them decide where to go get the data. Should they go to Texas? Should they go to,
Right. It's a lot of risk. Let's put it that way. I don't think I'm going to put my job or my company on the line for making those decisions when you can really get it provided. And the way our compensation model works, it's very performance-based. So minimal upfront investment is more based on the success of the project. So it's kind of a no-brainer when they look at how our structure is compared to other firms and other.
So how are you marketing this? How does if I'm in California and I'm looking to move, how do I find you?
We do a lot of proactive outbound marketing. So we're doing over 2.5 million emails a year of our information and analytics out there. So we're very open on the web, but the other piece is to find us on our website at www.siteselectiongroup.com.
Siteselectiongroup.com. King White, CEO, thank you for joining us, King. We got to go to a break right now. We are completely out of time. We'll be back right after this, guys.